this was not going to be my confession, but one of the craziest things I've noticed this year is going to edit videos for posting online and being like, oh, should this clip be 0.3 seconds or 0.2 seconds? Like you're focused on like every little detail, and you're like obsessing over it of like, how can it be perfect? So like, yeah,
You should
I
see me
totally
fill in
get
my
the,
eyebrows,
tech
Danny.
stuff.
I'm like, wait, oh,
should-
higher. Shit, this one's higher. And I walk out looking like a clown. I'm Alicia.
And I'm Liam. We both have OCD. And instead of spiraling alone, we decided to turn our symptoms into a podcast. You're welcome.
Here, we overshare real stories, laugh through the anxiety, and talk to actual experts who can explain why your brain keeps asking, what if I accidentally marry my cousin?
Whether your thing is hand washing, mental rituals, or just silently panicking during normal conversations, congrats. You have found your people.
This is a safe place. Unless you're an intrusive thought, in which case, get in line, buddy. We're booked.
So grab a weighted blanket, cancel your plans for the 5th time, and let's dive in. This is the OCD Confessional.
And yes, we did check this recording 4 times before uploading it.
Welcome back, everybody, to the OCD Confessional. This week, we are joined by stand-up comic Danny Killea. He has built quite the following for himself on Instagram at Danny Killea, and is also the host of his own podcast called Dinner at Your Place. Danny, as you might have guessed, also suffers from OCD, and he is joining us to share some of his confessions.
I love plucking my eyebrows. I'm a big, just gives me so much.
Plucking was so 1990.
But it makes me feel in control, and that's my thing.
Wait, is this like bordering on trichotillomania, or?
I don't think so, because trichotillomania
Hair
is
pulling,
like,
right?
Like you pull like hair pulling, like like everything, right? I just get I also have really sensitive skin, so like I get a ton of like ingrown hairs on my neck. So quick sidebar story, I finally came to a head with it and was just like, I'm too self-conscious about this. I need to do something about it. I just walked into an Ulta and looked confused at everything because it's so bright and all of the colors smell good for some reason. I don't know how that works, but so I'm just kind of like staring at everything, and some really nice employee is like, do you need help? And that is when it just all came out. I was like, I have really sensitive skin. I get a ton of ingrown hairs on my neck. I'm really self-conscious about it. There's so much redness. I don't know what to do. I just need help. I feel really ugly. And she was like, okay, first off, we're going to take a deep breath.
First off, should we call your therapist? This is more than my
First off, this is okay. Like, we're going to figure it out, pal. And shout out Zoe at the Ulta in the Arsenal Yards. I still go to her and I walk in and I'm like, what's up, Zoe? And she's like, oh God, this kid again. Oh no.
Are you nice and smooth now with no ingrowns? Is she?
I did. So like, I don't know if it's trichotillomania or just the like the satisfaction of like something is there that needs to not be there, and I get to pull it. You know, I get to get it out of my skin. I don't know what the deal is, but like, I don't get that full beard like you do, Liam. I get this like weird neck stuff down here, and I can grow a mustache like I'm a 70s baseball pitcher, but that's about it.
I would go with that if I were you.
It looks okay for a little bit, and then after it comes to a certain point where it's like the glasses and the mustache, it's like, okay, you're no longer a baseball pitcher, and you're someone that we need to watch and make sure that you're not near schools.
Yeah, it's tough when you're not allowed within 150 yards of the school.
Yeah, right, yeah. My confession is looking normal on the outside. I need people to be on my left side. Like, that's what it is for me. I need that. If we're walking, if we're sitting, I will literally tell people like, hey, can you move to my left side? Like, it just feels better to me. It feels more control. It doesn't make my skin crawl. It just feels like it makes sense. For me, it's anxiety-based OCD. That's what a therapist told me. And when I heard that, it just kind of like made sense, because so many of the habits that I did as a child, and even now I just know it, but so many habits and like rituals were because I was nervous about something and couldn't understand it or couldn't grasp it, couldn't control it. So I just found something that I could control, whether it was on my own body by biting my nails, or this is another really embarrassing one. And as I'm about to say it, my eyes immediately wanted to do it. I just sometimes will like cross my eyes, like if no one's looking or what. Like it's just, I don't know why. I have no idea why. Like I'll just glance away and like do like a quick like, I don't know. It just is like something
you ever
that
do it when you're talking to someone?
No, no. It's mostly like if I can get a quick like, if they like,
one in.
I'm like, yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you're looking away quick. Like, that one, that one was more common as a kid for sure. I've been able to like. It's honestly, it's kind of like the box in the closet for that one, where it's like, now that I'm talking about it, my eyes are like, come on, man, you know you want to cross me, and I'm like, no, let's put the box in the closet. It's okay. We don't have to, give into every compulsion and every desire.
At
so
what age did you recognize obsessive compulsive tendencies in yourself? And what were they? Do you remember?
For me, growing up, it was always like, he's a nervous kid. That was what everyone always said. He's a nervous kid. Like the word anxiety, obsessive compulsive, like that never was said. It was always just nervous. I also played sports, and that compounds because especially hockey, which was what I played, and baseball, both of them are two like ritualistic sports. Like,
yes.
Now that I look back, I think a lot of athletes have obsessive compulsive tendencies that are just disguised as rituals
for
that
their
help
sport.
them play. Right, exactly. A passion that helps you, eat. Like, we hear all of these stories about players getting to the gym at like 4 a.m. and like we laud them for it. And like, absolutely, that is hard work, but that also is an obsessive tendency that you have to do. And that's not even talking about the hockey players that are like, I've worn the same shirt under my chest protector for my entire 20-year career. It's like,
yeah,
okay, why don't we take a step back and realize that like it's not the shirt. One of the biggest rituals that I had was I had to pack my hockey bag in a certain way before every game, every practice, in like a certain order, in a certain spot, in a certain space, in a certain time frame. Just had to feel right. Funny enough, I don't remember being late to a game because of it.
How long did you set aside to prep for?
You missed the whole game.
Did your mom and dad not notice that, or was that ever discussed or brought up? As like it was just a weird quirky.
Just again, like a nervous kid. He's got his things.
And then I think you were probably creating a cycle that you didn't even realize you were creating, which was reinforcing this behavior in other aspects of your life. And then I love the idea that then once you got to the rink, you're skating around the ice. All the players you're skating against have to be on your left and your eyes are crossed. He's just skating around, always just crossing his eyes.
Did you connect the dots at that age? Did you ever say like, okay, let's say you had a really great game or you scored or you did something cool. Did you say it was because I packed my bag? It was a good packing moment, or did you tie those together?
I had a great game where my friend Victoria, she was the stat girl. She made me a peanut butter and jelly before one of the games, and I played awesome. And then after the game, I was like, Victoria, you're going to do that every time now. But it only came together for me when I was talking with a friend recently in my mid-20s. I'm 31 now, so we were talking about the rituals of sports and how it kind of covers, masks everything. And I was telling him like, man, this ritual I had, the hockey bag, and I explained everything. And he was like, no, Danny, that's not a ritual. That's obsessive compulsive disorder. And I was like,
mm-hmm.
Wait, what? And he was like, yeah, that's not like, that's not, I've never done that, man. You got to go talk to somebody about that. And that's literally what was the push for me to go find out and be like, why did I pack the bag that way? Why did I feel so comfortable with people on my left? What is the root of all of this? And it was finally answered.
Did it feel freeing for you at that
OCD.
point? Were you excited to know that it was, or how did you feel finding out? Because I know for me, I was relieved.
It was like a weight off of my shoulders. My first therapy was 18-ish, like around there. And anxiety and depression was always what was thrown at me. And like that clearly made sense, but it also felt like there was more to it. Like anxiety and depression doesn't really answer the question as to why the rituals made me feel so complete. I've certainly wished at times my brain didn't fire this way in the younger days. I'm now very glad my brain is the way that it is because it's mine, and it might be a roller coaster, but it's mine. It's my roller coaster. So in the younger days when I didn't fully like that roller coaster, understand it, I wish that it had fired differently, or like, no, go away. Like, I don't want these thoughts. And it's like, they're going to be there. They're your thoughts. Accept them. Try not to give in to them. And if you do see yourself spiraling, find the tactics that work for you to pull yourself out of the spiral. Don't go sit in your closet and call your mom and say, I'm having a panic attack.
You're building that trust, right? Like it's learning to trust yourself. It's learning to, that for me it is.
We all have such a different way of looking at things than someone whose brain doesn't fire this way. And yeah, it sucks sometimes, but I wouldn't trade it for anything at this point because
we work so hard at mastering our own brain, right? And you get to a place where you're like, okay, I know myself so well. And I think that's why it's so important to know you have OCD, so then you can work on the things to master it. So then you can thrive with this brain.
I think I'm just starting to understand it. Like I just got told, call it 5 years ago that this is the case. And I lived 25 years before that with this. Like I've got some catching up to do on loving me and loving the way this brain works.
Okay. I would trade mine. I love your perspective, Danny. Like I love it. And I think we all, people who are listening with OCD, people in the OCD community, need to find our way to that perspective of self-love and embracing it and going, okay, yes, I have OCD, but these are the things about it. Maybe it makes me more creative. Maybe it makes me more empathetic. I would trade it in a second. And I'm wondering how it is that you got to that place, because is it through your stand-up comedy? Because I do think that it probably gives you some ammunition up there, stuff to talk about and perspective taking on other people that can be so valuable as a stand-up comic. But how did you get to a place where you wouldn't trade it?
I think I'm going to flip this back on you real quick. When you say you would trade it, your brain, would you trade the parts? Would you trade the OCD? Because if you say you're trading your brain, you're trading you. And I think from our conversations that, you let me into your home, you had cupcakes with me, you had a lovely conversation on my podcast when you had no idea who I was. That's a wonderful brain.
What brain would you trade it for, Liam?
That's what I'm saying.
You would trade the same brain without the OCD. He's accepted it. You have still not accepted the fact that it's forever.
I think I would take my brain and just take that OCD and go, and then that's,
Well, because that's a dream. But now we're back.
Wait.
We're back we're back to accepting the way that you fire the way you fire, and you're different from others, and that's what makes your brain a lovely brain, where you say, yeah, this random comedian messaged me and I will have a fluffernutter with him and let him into my home. OCD, again, it sucks, man. I'm there with you. If I could snap my fingers and be the same person that I was and just get rid of some of these compulsions or things that make me tick, of course I would. But in using that same word, that's what makes me tick.
Yeah.
You know?
How has stand-up helped you? I'm curious, like when that started, what that does for you. I know it probably fuels your creative side. Has that been super therapeutic? Tell us a little bit about what that side of it.
It's just been all I want to do is stand up. It makes me feel in the moment, which again I think is, you guys know, part of what our brains fire as is like we think catastrophizing far down the road. What could go wrong later today, tomorrow, next week, next year? What's the worst thing that could happen? You can't really think about that when you're on stage.
What happens when you bomb? Because not that you bomb a lot, but you've told me.
No, that's fine. Everyone bombs. No one. Hey man, no one bats 1,000.
No one bats 1,000.
That's just the way of the
game.
And
I remember you telling me when you were at my house and I was on your podcast that you had bombed a few times. I have to imagine that for someone with OCD, that is a distinct experience from a stand-up who doesn't have OCD, because it can touch off all kinds of stuff. OCD responds very strongly to stress, and it responds very strongly to moments of shame. So if you're up on stage telling a bunch of jokes that you've taken time to write and no one is laughing, that has to touch off all kinds of responses.
So first off, if I said I'd bombed a couple times, it's probably I bombed a couple times that week. It's extra hurtful for bombing because my material is very personal. Yeah. I do a lot of jokes about mental health. I do a lot of jokes about my family. I do a lot of jokes about me, and not necessarily in a self-deprecating way, but just kind of like who I am as a human being. So when a set doesn't go well, it does absolutely feel like, oh, they didn't like me as a human being. Like they just don't enjoy my presence.
Well, and that's probably something that your therapist would say you have to sit with, right? I mean, I know you go back and do it again and again and again, but is that just feeding? Is that good for?
Not everyone can like you.
Yeah. So that's the acceptance part. I mean, is you're just like, well,
that's not just stand up. Also, that's just like the world. Yeah. Not everyone is going to like you. And I think part of what drives my anxiety was, as a child at least, was like, I got bullied a ton. I really just wanted everyone to like me. If you had a day where you were feeling the weight of all the mental health stuff and you were not as chipper and people were like, why are you so quiet today?
Oh my gosh, dude, I still get that. That one for me, I actually just got that. It was having a bad day and I went to play some pickle and I was being very quiet and all my girlfriends like, what's wrong with you? You're so quiet. Where'd she go? Hello, you here? And I was like, I can't win with you guys. I'm either too much or too quiet. Like, leave me the F alone right now. Let me just play pickleball. I was pissed. I was like, what's your problem? Why can't please you all the time?
How did they respond to that?
They got quiet and felt bad and then tried to, I felt bad. I felt bad after that because there is a side of me that's more.
I don't think you should.
I know I shouldn't. And people should be accepting of everyone all the time. And I wasn't treating them poorly. I was just quiet, right? Yeah. Like I was just not like.
Nothing wrong with that.
But that is a hard one for me because I expect people. I think people expect a version of me that I can't always give.
The funny, of course, was a defense mechanism for the bullying, for a lot of stuff at home. You know, my parents are now divorced, but there was a ton of tension. So funny became an easy way to diffuse that tension. Two of my favorite bits are about anxiety and depression, where like I've had people come up to me afterwards and say like, thank you so much for doing that joke.
Can you give us one of those bits? Not to put you on the spot.
I won't tell it like I do on stage, but my therapist said having anxiety is like you're the passenger in a vehicle that the driver has no control over. They're just a terrible driver. But taking medication makes it so that you're in the driver's seat. You are in control. And I take Lexapro now, so what I've learned from being on medication is that I am also a very bad driver. And I think it kind of does sum up how I feel about it. We're like, if this is going to be a roller coaster, if this is going to be an ugly drive at some point, I'm going to be behind the wheel. Like, I don't want this anxiety, this depression, this obsessive compulsive disorder to be the one driving this car. Like, I'll drive us off the cliff. Thanks. I can take care of that. No worries.
Do you do anything to work yourself up to go on stage? Like, do you have anything that you do to get yourself ready?
Like immediately before,
like
or just
anything.
are we going
do you have
back to
anything
rituals?
weird you do? Like, give us the juice. I want to hear all.
You pack your hockey bag.
I like.
Yeah. Do you bring it with you?
Yeah, I pack my hockey bag every time I stare at it and go, all right, time to go do 25. Because I was so ritualistic and I have so many, I want to do this, that. Honestly, when it comes to stand-up, I try to let it be as natural as possible.
Instagram has been an outlet for you, and you guys will drop Danny's Instagram handle for you guys to check him out. He has some really funny videos that have gone viral. Tell us about the first one that went viral and how did you get hooked on that? Because that can be a high and that can be an extreme feeling that we tend to gravitate towards. And I want to hear about the highs and lows of keeping those funny videos going and going viral. Is that important to you?
So they started out of a late night spiral. Hey.
All the best stuff does.
And all of a sudden my brain just went, the Battle of the Bulge sounds like an adult film parody. That's just like what I like. I was spiraling for 10 plus minutes and then my brain just said that. So I then was like, there's got to be other war battles from history that have that same premise. And I then texted my girlfriend the next day and was like, hey, do you have any whiteboards? I had an idea last night. I'm going to run with it. I don't really know what will happen. And she's like, yeah, I have 2 whiteboards, you weirdo. You can have them, sure. And the first one was, I called it War Skirmishes from History that sound like adult film parodies. That one did well. Then after that, I was like, well, shit, you gotta, sorry, I swore, shoot. You gotta think of something else. And I walked by my neighbor who has a very adorable pit bull, and she is a militant, socially active white woman. And I was like, socially militant white women and buff black dudes in the hood also have pit bulls. That's a fun Venn diagram. And so I just made that as a Venn diagram. I thought of 2 others, and that one went crazy also. And I was like, all right, I guess we do whiteboard stuff now.
How have you found humor has helped with your mental health and specifically your OCD, or has it, would you say?
Yes and no. So if you'll bear with me, because at first I put a lot of self-worth into, are you funny or not? If someone didn't find me funny, I felt kind of worthless as a person. It felt like that was my why I was dropped on this earth, was to make people laugh. And so if I...
And mind you, we forget to think about all the other people who did laugh. We focus on that one person who did not find us funny,
which is...
right? And that's how our minds work. I'm like, wait, I didn't book that one audition. I should quit acting.
Let's
But I book 100 jobs a year, but that one, I should quit.
If there's 99 people laughing in a room full of 100 at a comedy club, and I see one person with their arms folded, like scowling, I'm just gonna look at that person and be like, why do you hate me? Why? Versus
them out.
Versus again, the rest of the room that afterwards will come up and say amazingly kind things of like, you were so funny, that was amazing. And again, I'll say thank you. And then again, if the one person was like, all the while, I'm like, thank you. I'm like, why didn't that one person like me? And again, goes back to the acceptance of just like, I can't make everyone laugh. I can't make everyone happy, but I can make me happy doing the things that I think will make people laugh. I think
I love that.
If there's one final thing that I could, on this same sentiment, the mantra that I have decided to live by is bring a brick, because we all see ourselves and our dreams as this finished cathedral. It's this beautiful building that in our mind is done. It's completed. Nobody wants to be a bricklayer. It's really hard work to lay bricks and to erect that building. So, how do you get a cathedral built? You bring a brick. You take it from your pile, which for me, with obsessive-compulsive disorder and anxiety and depression, it was a messy pile. I had no clear view of that pile. The pile, it's a little clearer now. So I go to my pile, I get a brick, I put it down. Maybe that brick is seen by people. Maybe it's not. But it's my brick, and it's part of my building.
I love that. Or you can throw that brick at that one person who's not laughing in the crowd.
If you try to put the brick down with your eyes crossed, you're going to put it in the wrong spot.
That's actually 2 bricks then. So that makes the building go faster. Thank you so much for having me, though, guys. I apologize for rambling on and the internet cutting out, but this was great. I really appreciate coming to hang.
Ruined it.
Yeah, well,
No.
I know this was my first audio.
Wait, I can't say that to you. You're gonna think about that all day.
Halloween's my favorite. I think this is the best one.
Make sure you shave those neck hairs before you start handing out candy to kids.
How we doing on those?
How we doing?
Ulta came through.
As a boy just going through puberty at age 31, I'm very proud of my neck beard. Thank you very much.
By the way, Ulta, a sponsor of the OCD Confessional.
I know you're joking, but how amazing would that be?
No, I love how you just said that, though. It's like you've done it before.
Liam, actually, I would be curious to get your opinion on something off air, but I was offered a sponsored video, and that's a bridge I feel weird about crossing. And I think you have wonderful professional advice that would certainly help me as I find more of these weird bridges coming up in my life. So,
yeah, hit me up. Absolutely. I would just say do it, but
yeah. Take the money and run, bro.
Too late. I already said no because of my stupid morals.
Nah.
Oh, is it a vibrator?
No, that one I would have done immediately.
Yeah.